Hello and welcome to Comfort Legacies with Faye Michelle. We have a beautiful guest here, Naomi Lambert, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Everyone, nice to be here. As Faye said, my name's Naomi Lambert and I'm based in Australia. And I'm the founder of the Cool to Be Kind project, which started fertility and having to have a hysterectomy, which quickly took away my dreams of becoming. I had a really rough journey with infertility, and in 2015, I had to have a full hysterectomy. So I was in my 30s, like 30, 31, which quickly took away my dream of wanting or being a parent. And I didn't feel like I had purpose anymore until I went to the shops and I saw an old lady get knocked over and nobody stopped to pick her up or to help her. And I just remember in that moment being, you know, so angry with the world that I wouldn't be able to be a parent and to raise children to know right from wrong. So I decided to challenge people to be kind by hiding kindness cards. And I hid 50 around my hometown, and I didn't expect there would be a response. And from the 50, I got 32 emails back with the most amazing acts of kindness people had done from finding one of my cards. And I suddenly felt that I did have purpose. I could still make a change and founded the Cool to Be Kind project, which is now a global social enterprise.
Ah, that is awesome. That is amazing. So, now? How did you develop that platform? You said how did you lead into it?
Well, it was just after I saw that in the shops, and I couldn't sleep that night, and I call it my 3 a.m. moment of madness. And I just suddenly had this urge to try and challenge people to be kind. So I designed the cards, printed them all myself, and then hid them. Um, and because the response I got was so overwhelming and so many people had been motivated to pay it forward, I just knew that I would want to continue to do that. And now, 3 years on, I've sent 10,000 plus kindness cards all over the world, and they're being found in, Brazil and coffee shops in Arizona, the UK. Like, it's really, even through every in the last 12 months, there's just still these things are happening, and people are finding them, which just absolutely melts my heart.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. So, do you have a blog?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay,
I
and so people are actually coming to the blog as well. And do you find that they are actually doing something similar when they send the card? Do they report on their findings?
Yeah, a lot of the time I'll get emails from people saying they found one or they hit one, or acts of kindness that they've done. So I do get feedback. Granted, my blog is now more so that I will write it on Instagram. So I need to kind of transfer that all over to the website. But there's definitely a lot of traction through social media, and being able to connect that way, especially at the moment, is so wonderful.
Yes, especially at a time like this. Um, what about like during what was the experience like during this COVID period? Since people are kind of in and out, we're kind
Yeah.
of locked down. What was that like?
To be perfectly honest, we were really, really lucky where I live, and was our premier shut the borders pretty much straight away. So we did have lockdown for a period of time, but it hasn't been anywhere near as bad as other people. It's just I've been really, really lucky in terms of where we live and how we can still go around, and yeah.
Okay, that I was just thinking about people being home and kind of sheltered in a little bit, and maybe that reaching out with the kindness is reaching some because we've experienced so many losses and hurts and things like that. And I can imagine that being a great um, asset to what you do, paying it forward.
Yeah, definitely. I know I get emails from people saying how long it is since they've seen someone and how they're struggling, but then they either heard about what I'm doing and it kind of gave them a lease on life. I've had emails from people saying I can't go out, but I picked up the phone and called 5 of my friends I hadn't spoken to for a long time just to say hi. So whether or not they found a card, or now because we're gaining traction and it's just out there a little bit more, we yeah, people are responding to that, and things like the phone calls or sending letters to people. Like I've had a lot of people do that kind of stuff, which is so wonderful to hear.
It is. It's absolutely great. It reminds me of the book fairy because I'm into books, you know. That's a similar program where you gift a book. You will might find a book lying on a bench in a park and it has a little gift card on it with the, I think it's called, yeah, the book fairy. And that's why I was so interested in your act of kindness
Yeah.
program. It's
At
really,
the end of last year as well, over the Christmas period. So we've got a couple of our neighbours do really epic Christmas lights, and we decided to collaborate together. I put up a community kindness post box, Christmas lights. So when people see the lights, the kids could post letters or write about someone that had been kind to them. And the community spirit that we found from that was unbelievable. Just so many people used it, and we then delivered the kind yeah, delivered the cards that the kids had written to a local aged care facility, and they all sat around and read their cards, during morning tea, which was just so lovely to see the kids just be so involved. And you know, you've got kids at 5 writing things, people at 95 opening them, which was just so heartwarming and wonderful. So I love doing things like that.
oh, that's awesome. It reminds me of the children with grandparents. You know, there's children that usually will go to um, rest homes and spend time with the elderly. And that's really nice to be able to send cards to places like that is also just so heartwarming. Hmm.
And I'm very much a person who thinks that if we start kindness when they're really, really young, there has to be, a knock on effect, but it needs to be tangible. They understand, you know, where the cards are going or how they make people feel, because that understanding is what leads to change as they start to grow up.
Awesome. Yeah, that is so true. What I started doing similar to that was having my grandson send cards or send a book or something to someone and then have him receive them, and he's looking forward to getting things in the mail.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
and yeah,
wonderful.
yes, that feeling, that old time feeling. Remember when we used to get cards and that was a postcard, you know? We don't get that like we used to as much because we have an instant text messaging going on,
Very
you
much
know,
so.
and I so miss that. Hmm.
We
So
do.
you,
There are positive postcards that you can get on the website as well, so people can use them to reach other people and help them.
in the affirmation space, you have that's prepared. I was
I'm so
thinking
into affirmation. I want to really do affirmation cards, so that's going to be the next thing on my to-do list. Is to
oh, yes.
That's wonderful. I love that. I think that's really important to do it.
Yeah, I think that what you're doing also will tie into something like that. I think that's really, really good. Get people away from the pains that they're feeling and the loneliness or the hurts and whatnot. And it's cool to be kind is also, it makes you feel so good.
Mm. Yeah, it's
You know?
powerful words in there.
Yes, yes, it's awesome. It's awesome. Is there anything that you could share with the audience that would probably, when somebody's feeling a little low about it or whatever, how would you get them motivated to be kind?
From the responses that I get from people when I've seen tangible acts of kindness, I've had an email from a lady who just said that she needed perspective and so went and volunteered in a homeless shower, but she had cancer and was palliative. But she went and felt that was something she needed to do. There was a gentleman who forwent his Christmas party lunch and instead took a homeless man out to a 5-star restaurant just to treat him at Christmas. Things like that. When you hear, I got one from a kid saying, "Mum was so happy I washed her car without her asking." And you get things like that, and it puts it into perspective. And there are still kind people in this world. We just need to work together and find them. The motivation lies in what people are doing when they find a card and how they choose to pay it forward.
Yes, that reminds me of, the act of how many acts of kindness does it take to erase one bad act?
Yeah.
So we need a lot more kindness going out. And I really like to talk to you about that too, offline, about groups and things like that, because I think a lot of hurt people need more acts of kindness to kind of rub away some of that pain,
Yeah.
that
And
they're
we're in a
feeling.
very fortunate position that we can access via social media. Like, this isn't just a change that's happening in my life or in Australia. If we all work together, you can make a difference. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
love to connect and love to help and see what we can do moving forward.
This is awesome. I'm just, I'm listening, but I'm so excited. It's like, this is, I think it's a positive move. So in the background, is that all of your cards
So that one cut out a little bit.
behind you? Are those
Oh,
some of your cards?
these aren't. This is by an artist that I love here. But they're things that motivate me. And some of them I write on the back the connections that I made with people and when and what we're going to do moving forward. Like, it's just my inspirational wall.
Oh, okay. Like a vision board. That's your vision
Yeah,
wall.
on my wall.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. That's kind of like your affirmation, like I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
a good
And I like the
idea.
way that I can just take it down and change it if I come up with something else. Like, it can just evolve. It's not kind of, yeah. It's probably my favorite wall in the whole house.
Oh, okay. So they're little stickers or just
Mm.
things that make you happy.
Yeah, yeah. Happy acts
I
of,
see
I put acts
pictures
of
and
kindness in there's a letterbox there as well. So when I get people emailing their acts of kindness, I put them.
oh, that is really a neat idea. I like that. I like that. It's really to have something like that. It's really cool. I know, people are doing vision boards and things like that, but an affirmation wall or a kindness wall or something that just makes you feel good. I thought we just hang things anyway, but a purposeful wall is great. You just gave me a great idea. Great
I'll have to
idea.
get your photo and stick your photo up there now.
Awesome. That's right. That's right. So are you planning on doing a book or anything?
I actually had a children's book released towards the end of last year called One Kind Day, which is all about obviously kindness and the pay it forward effect, and then kindness cards in the back that the kids can colour in and then either give to people or hide, because I think doing it, so as I said before, something that's tangible, it will stick with them. So being able to do what they want with the cards, I think, was a wonderful thing.
Oh, wow. Do you have your book with you? Saw that.
And the
Okay.
kindness cards,
Now, did you
yeah,
self-publish it? Oh, yes. Let
no,
me see the card. Oh, and that's the card. And they can just color it,
yeah,
decorate.
yeah,
Oh, and
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 then
and send it out.
I put, the places where they can write about acts of kindness that they've done and examples of that kindness. So I really tried to kind of make it something that is fun.
Yes, yes. I remember. So you're gonna send me one,
Oh, if you ask nicely, of course I will.
please.
I will.
it's coming from so far. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure I have on. Oh, I love it. I remember your website having it on there, but you're doing so many things. I was like, okay, it was a book, and then you're doing the acts of kindness. So that is awesome. I'm so excited about that. So you didn't self-publish, you said?
No, no, I had
Okay.
it. There was a publisher in the UK who did it. So
Okay. What was it, like a vanity publishing company, or what kind of publishing company?
vanity, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. And so, how long did it take you to put the book together?
I wrote the book in a night. My my father-in-law passed away actually 2 years ago today, and I wrote it after his funeral and sent it out to some publishers, and they came back to me. But the process, it was published in August last year, and then he passed. So yeah, it was a 18 months to 2 year process.
Ah, man, that is so awesome. Aw, that is, I'm just so excited for you. How's the book doing?
I'm not actually sure. It's they're very, yeah, I don't want to go into it too much, but you don't know how many books you've sold or how well it's doing. So I know people are buying it, my friends and family are buying it, and to be honest, I didn't write it to, make money. I wrote it because I just really wanted to help people,
Right,
kids understand.
right. So I was just thinking with the cards, marrying it with the to be cool, the
Mm,
cards and whatnot. I think I saw a picture of maybe a granddaughter or someone, or I mean, a friend holding the book, a little girl. Some Yeah, holding her book in a. Okay, so yeah, that is really cool. Cool. I mean, it should be. I'm just thinking around Valentine's Day, how many kids would just love to have something like that because and on Christmas, I know a lot of the teachers, instead of bringing gifts, they have the kids to bring books.
mm,
And so
yeah.
that's a great way, it's like a two-in-one thing, to be kind, to have a book, and I mean, just the message of it all and everything is so awesome. Oh, Naomi. Well, awesome. This is so awesome. I just really wanted to get in there and jump in and talk about your book, talk about what you do, and how you're contributing, and also to the acts of, I mean, we need so much more
Mm.
kindness. And especially at a time like this. So I'm just excited for what you're doing. Big
And I love
kudos.
the phrase, the quote as well, one person can't change the world, but together we can make a difference. So by
Absolutely.
joining arms and discussing it and doing lives and, just working together in a global sense is really is where the difference will start to be made.
Absolutely. No, no arguments with me there. Love that.
Off by heart by now, but I don't.
Love
um,
it.
so yeah, and it's like that. So I did all the illustrations as well. So yeah, that's it. Sorry. One bright and sunny morning, as you're on your way to school, you see a girl being picked on by kids who think they're cool. Hey, you yell, leave her alone. They laugh and walk away. Hugging the girl, you dry her eyes and take the time to say, let's be kind to others in each and every way. Even a simple smile has the power to change a day. You shouldn't argue and you shouldn't fuss. We should listen when someone talks to us. Let the stranger go before you as you wait in line to pay. Say keep the change when you're buying lunch, then smile and walk away. You can stop to pick up rubbish littering the floor and take the time to say hello when you hold open that door. Let's bake cupcakes for our neighbours and leave them at their gate. Help someone who needs it, even if it makes us late. Remember to always be the one with just good things to say, happily there to support our friends and keep the bullying away. It's important to also love yourself. Speak up when you're feeling sad. Tomorrow is another day and might be the best you've had. Try to be the person who brings sunshine rather than rain, Look back on the day you've had and say, I made a change. Imagine if nobody stopped when those bullies break the rules. It's time the world begins to see that being kind is cool. The end.
Oh, that is wonderful. I love it. That I think that is great. So you're definitely going to have to send me a copy, and and we'll be promoting it from here. That is so awesome. Awesome,
Thank
awesome. Well, Miss Naomi, I am going to let you go, and I appreciate you coming on so much. And we will just talk about because I think that you have so much to offer, and creating a space where there can be more kindness and positivity to anyone and everyone that is has their hearts open and ready to receive.
you. Yeah.
So
Okay, wonderful.
thank you
I
all
look
the way
forward to
from
the future.
Australia.
Thank you for having me. It's a very nice time of the day to be inspired. So thank you.
Mwah. Where are you in Australia?
I'm in Perth, so I'm on the west coast.
Okay, West Coast Australia. Aw, thank you so much for being here, and we will talk again soon, okay?
Definitely. Thank you so much. You have a lovely
Thank,
day.
thank you for sharing.